Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Anastasia from Voudou Ropes and Amy here with me. And
hi guys!
Amy today is going to show us how to make this beautiful harness. And this is a self-tie. Alright, so get ready, get your ropes. How many ropes do we need?
You are going to need 2 ropes for this. I used 30-foot ropes and that should be enough. If you need more, you can always add rope to this tie.
Alright, let's go!
All right.
Exactly. And if you guys still don't have rope or looking to buy some, Amy and her partner, not POSH, actually sell it. So click the link below to get you some rope.
Do it. We have POSH rope in lots of colors, and we also have Anastasia's signature high-quality jute rope.
Yes.
Hi guys, I'm so honored to be here today and teach you one of my favorite decorative ties. If you haven't already worked through it, I encourage you to check the previous video where we go over this chain stitch corset technique. Doing that is going to make this full tie a lot easier, so go check that one out first if you haven't already. Let's go right into it. For this tie today, I suggest using 2 ropes together. You can always use 2 ropes and add a rope, but since this is a decorative tie, we're gonna make it pretty by using 2 ropes together. So to add these 2 ropes today, I'm going to just take one end of each of these ropes and I'm gonna tie a square knot and try to waste as little rope as possible. You could always do a regular double knot, but a square knot is going to be much more reliable here. Now, we're going to take this square knot and we're going to place it directly at the back of our neck. For this one, we are going to start tying with single strands, and you'll see why. Now to start, we're going to use Anastasia's diamond Karada technique. She's already got a wonderful video about this. Go check it out. It's a wonderful Karada, but we're gonna do a single strand version of it. I'm gonna get a little fancy and use a double coin here, but you're welcome to use a nodome. Downside to putting 2 ropes together is having a lot more rope to deal with, but it's worth it for a much cleaner result. Again, if you don't feel like dealing with the complicated double coin, you can always use a nodome here.
If you're just starting your shibari journey and you somehow landed on this decorative tie video, anyways, it will really help you if you try my free course where I explain what shibari is, what we use it for, and how to start tying from the simple knots, not this difficult stuff right away. Alright, check it out, free course link right here. Let's go continue tying this one.
I'm going to try to avoid my microphone here as I go back around. You want to place this first knot right below the collarbone. This is going to be the most flattering place for this to fall. And now we're going to do 2 half hitches pretty close. I'm going to try to avoid turning off the microphone here.
It's fine, it's working.
All right, now with your first diamond created, we'll go around one more time and we'll do these half hitches. And this is where it's going to change from the regular diamond Karada pattern. Now at this point, we're going to bring these ropes back in as though we were going to make another regular diamond. But instead of doing a knot here, we're going to hold these ropes in place and then take these ropes now together and run a band. And you want to keep your tension nice and firm here, nice and tight. And run a band around the waist. holding this diamond in place. Now we're going to do just like the previous technique video. We're going to fold this rope over with the running ends on top, and we're going to bring that band through. You want to keep this first band nice and tight. It's the only one you won't be able to adjust. So now that we have this, you can see what I've done here, gone around, made this band or this loop. Now I'm going to run the next band back around my waist, keeping it nice and flat, no twists, and right up against the first one. Now I'm going to make another fold, like so. And I'm going to bring it through this band, going downwards. Now at this point, I can adjust that first band, pulling it nice and tight, then bringing this rope around, again making sure that it's nice and snug, flat to the body. Use this band or this loop to adjust it to where I want. Now with this tight, I should be able to let go and bring my rope back around. Remember, keeping your ropes flat and untwisted here is the most important part of this decorative technique. Once again, we're going to fold the rope over itself, reaching through this band to hold on to it, keeping your running ends on top, and bring another small loop through, again, going downwards. Using my thumb to hold on to this, I'm going to pull the band above it nice and snug. Then adjust this band around, again, keeping it very flat to the body. And use my loop to adjust my tension to where I want it. This is a pretty sturdy tie. You can make this quite tight, especially if you want to achieve a little bit of a cinching effect. Just don't go overboard. And now, as in many shibari ties, especially the decorative ones, repetition is your best friend. We're going to do this a few more times. Folding our rope over again, bringing it through. But make sure that you have a little bit of rope left, because we're going to finish this in a way that will keep it from collapsing, since we want it to stay looking good. Got a little twist here. Always make sure that you get any twists out of these folds, as it will be very noticeable and will definitely have an effect on your ultimate result. I've only got a little bit of rope left, and this is about how much rope I want to finish this tie. So I am going to end it right here, and to do that, I'm going to bring the rope through just like I would have, but rather than stopping with a loop, I'm going to pull it all the way through. Then I'm going to do the same that I did before, tightening this previous loop, adjusting my tension all the way around, fixing this twist here, and bringing this rope all the way through. Don't be afraid to take your time here. You really want your tension to be perfect. Now, once we have this through, we don't want this to bunch up or ride up. It's a little less flattering. So I'm going to run this down between the legs, And bringing this rope up here, we're going to grab the bottom two bands of our corset, bringing them down, and we're going to finish this with a nodame. And this is the corseted karada. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Tune in for the next video. We're going to add a little accessory here for anyone interested, and like and subscribe. Thank you, you guys.